Hi, right now we're going to look at what's going to be the last assignment involving Google Apps. This will be another presentation. This presentation will involve more text than it will artwork. It will also include using something of a template, a design that we're going to throw on to start with. So what we'll do to start is we will click on the Google Apps button once again, and again we'll pick slides. Now, we're going to go with blank. Afterwards, we're going to come to themes. And the theme that we're looking for is all the way down here. The theme is geometric. Now, we'll have one design for the title slide itself, and there will be another design for the subsequent slides. We're going to start out here by writing time to start making friends, and I don't claim to have any special expertise in that regard, but this will give us an opportunity to take a look and get a little more practice. And your name goes here, and I would hope that you know by now that I don't literally mean for you to write that, but to put your actual name there. We'll come over here to the plus sign again so that we can click and get our next slide, and our heading is going to be Meet People. The style of this particular theme involves having left-aligned titles, so we'll leave it there. We'll come over here, and what we're going to have over here, now we already know that we're not going to get bulleted points unless I choose to pick that. So let's take care of that right away. And the text develop confidence to introduce yourself. Make eye contact. Smile and say hi, and that has to be in quotations. And lastly, so don't wait, semicolon, start early in the semester. And now you can see why I say that I type 50, 60 mistakes a minute. Now at this point, we'll go on to the next slide. And here it's find the right places. Come down in here. Go where people congregate. And it becomes clear that I forgot something very important, namely bulleting. Now the next two are going to be moving in, so I'm just going to go ahead and go in there. Student union, comma, sports event. Get involved in extracurricular activities. And at this point, I have to go back out. I come out here, participate in intramural sports, and let's go back in for join student government. Now, this one will start with start a conversation, and in here, I'm going to be working an extra level in. I realize this may not be in keeping with what you would normally do under all circumstances, but that's okay. So we're going to come here, talk about almost anything, and comment on what's going on. And again, what's very apparent is I forgot bulleting. And this one here is going to go in yet one more level. Long lines, class, assignments. I'm going to come out 2 levels for the next main point. Ask questions will come in 1. Get people to discuss their lives, hobbies, class, work. And now we're ready for the last slide. And the heading is simply, you'll be glad you did. Now, I'm going to click here on the box, and I'm going to actually delete this by hitting the delete button. I'm going to go over here to insert image, search the web, and I'm going to search for one word, happy. And right away, you find the drawing that really sums it up. Let's grab this and insert. We'll get a picture that's a little too large, but you know what? We're going to leave it as is. Now, one thing we're going to do that we may not have done last time is I want to make sure I get this into the right size. So I'm going to go to File, Print Settings, and Preview. Now, what you will have saved last time would be a succession of 5 slides. What we want this time is not to get the slides, 1 slide per page without notes, but what we want is a handout 6 slides per page. And the problem with this is I don't want it really in landscape. We're going to do this in portrait. And there we have it. We're going to close this, and now let's download as a PDF document, and let's see if we get what we wanted, and no, we didn't. So clearly what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Print Settings and Preview. Let's see what happens when I do this. Now the difference here was that I downloaded as a PDF to start with. I did this from the preview, and in this regard I got exactly what it is that I'm looking for. I'm going to save this as Friends. Since I already copied this once before so I could prepare it for doing it, I'll overwrite it, and that's it. Instead, you're going to download it as you did before and submit it online through that. I want to mention something as we're finishing up working with Google Apps. In most semesters that I've taught this course, and it's always been live and in person before, I've done this with Microsoft Office. As I mentioned before, since I know that not all of you may not have Microsoft Office on your computers, Google Apps is available to all of you through the web, and especially through your account at Adelphi. Much of what we did here will translate very easily into doing the same things with Microsoft Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. Some of the features may work just a little different, but I can tell you from personal experience, having learned and worked with Word for a good number of years now, I can tell you that adjusting and coming over to Google Apps was not terribly difficult. I can't say for certain what the transition in the reverse direction would be, but I don't think it would be that terribly difficult. In either case, we're going to be moving on to something a little different next, and we'll be getting to that very shortly, but not in this video.